Good morning, everyone. In our previous session, we have just started with the collection classes, right? We have seen what is collection framework, why it is useful, right? And what are the different classes and interfaces are there inside this collection. So we have seen the hierarchy of this collection framework. And now what we are going to do is we'll start with another interface. You have seen one of the interface, that is list, right? We'll start with another interface and we'll start with the abstract list class, array list class, and so on, right? All the content and the programs are taken from Java G Point, which is mentioned. Okay, so let's start. This is what we have seen, right? This is what we have seen. Iterable, collection, list, queue, set, dequeue, sorted set. These all are the interfaces, and here these are the classes. So our actual main class are the three classes: array list class, linked list class, and vector class. Stack is extending vector. So the main class is vector here, right? Array list, linked list, and this vector. They are implementing list interface here, right? And linked list is even implementing dequeue interface. And why this dequeue queue interface is also there? Because dequeue extends queue, right? So these interfaces are implemented by linked list. List interface is implemented by array list, and vector is also using this list. Though internally the different interfaces they are using, like vector is using enumeration, array list is using iterator interface even, right? So that is the different thing. But these are the main interface that what they are implementing. This is what the hierarchy. We have seen about this list interface, hopefully, if I'm not wrong, right? This interface is sub-interface of this collection, sub-interface of this collection, right? And we have seen few methods of this. And in that, we have seen this list iterator. Why I'm going through this again? Because now next is our list iterator interface. That is why. We have seen this list iterator, list iterator. This method will do what? It is used to return an iterator to the starting of invoking list iterator, which will return iterator at a starting of your list, whatever you are using, whether it is array list or whether you are using linked list, whatever you are using. And if you are specifying any index, so over there it will point out. Iterator is what? Generally, iterator is what? We have learned this into the STL, if you remember. What is iterator? Simple. Hello, you guys are sleeping? Say, iterator is nothing but a kind of pointer, right? Which is pointing out to your starting of your list. Why it is required? Because you wish to just traverse it, right? You just want to traverse through all the elements of the class, and that is why you are using it, right? So you need to set it to a starting of your list. Means you can set 0th element, right? Right. So we'll see what is list iterator interface. That is our next topic. List iterator interface is used to traverse the element in backward as well as in forward direction. And these four are the most IMP methods which you are going to use in any of the class. List iterator interface declaration is what? Interface list iterator extends iterator. Iterator is a class for a pointer kind of thing, you can say, right? We have seen no algorithm, then implemented classes and iterator. Iterator is a bridge between classes and the algorithm. Do you remember that? In C++, the same kind of thing here. List iterator extends iterator. Main is your iterator. And inside that, you are having list iterator, another sub interface. Okay, fine. So here we are having four main methods of this class. First is hasNext. This hasNext method will only return whether in this list you are having more elements or not. If the element is found, still more elements are there, it will return you true. So this hasNext you are generally using inside the while. We are using inside the while or any loop, right? For check the condition. Okay. So here this method returns true if the list iterator has more elements when traversing the list in forward direction. That is important, in forward direction. Now object next. This method will do what? It will return your next element wherever it is right now. It is at the starting of the address, right? And it is not yet on the first address, on the first element. So it will return you that next element, and meanwhile it will advance the cursor position by its own. It will go to the next element automatically via this next method. Do you understand this? In linked list you can even understand this. Whenever your one of the element is there, it will return that object as well as it will go to the next position automatically. Fine, this is what the next will do. Reverse, if you are traversing through the backward position, you are traversing through last to the first, right? So you are having has previous method. This method will return true if the list iterator has more elements when traversing the list in reverse direction from last to first. So you don't have to use has next. Instead of that, you have to use has previous. This method returns the previous element in the list and moves the cursor position in backward by this previous. Fine. So this 4 we are using in our program. I hope it is clear. Fine. Then the abstract list class. What is the hierarchy actually? I'm showing you. Okay. Just give me a minute. I'll open with Paint to you. So what is the actual hierarchy, and internally how many interfaces are involved in this? That we'll see. It's taking much time. Fine. So here you can see your main three classes. Your main three classes are vector, array list, and linked list. These three classes are actually extending abstract list class. Extends internally. You don't have to write anything. Right? Vector, array list, and linked list. These three classes are extending abstract list. And abstract list is implementing list interface, collection interface, and so, right? A table interface. Fine. So here this is only the thing. So we'll see a very first, that is abstract list class. I hope you are getting right. In our syllabus also, it is a first list class, which is abstract list, right? Abstract list class. And then we are having array list class, linked list class, and vector class. These three are the main classes. Vector, array list, linked list. And they three are extending array list class. Fine. And you are having enumeration. That's it. That is only in your syllabus. You will be able to finish today array list, linked list, and vector. Only one thing and some of difference that we will see. Okay. Fine. So here, yes, the abstract list class, very first. This is a in Java, it's a part of Java collection framework and implements the collection interface and the abstract collection class, right? Another internally, it is having abstract collection class, right? So it is used to implement unmodifiable list for which one needs to only extend this abstract list class and implement only get and size methods. These methods you need to override, right, into array list, or it is in a vector, or it is in a linked list. Now the next is array list. I'll show you the example of abstract list class. Yes. So this is what we have seen, right? The collection demo that we have seen. Now I'll show you list iterator example first and then the abstract list demo, right? List iterator we have seen. So you are using any of the class, say suppose it is the array list class, right? And list iterator is not, directly you can create any of the program. First you need one structure where your iterator can point out. So array list I have taken, I have added few elements here, right? And now what I'm doing is I'm traversing through this iterator. I'm just showing you one of the part. Otherwise, this program we will see later on. First, we'll see what is array list class, what are the different methods, and then only we will see this. But you can see here list iterator string itr is equals to al. Here, what is al? That is array list variable name. Al dot list iterator. Via this method list iterator, it will go to the first position of al, means at the very first, say suppose and at the 0th index Kumar is there. So right now you can imagine your itr pointer is pointing right now, right? So that is only the task, because I want to traverse through this array list, because of that reason. Fine. Meanwhile, I'll check my connection. Fine. Okay. So here they have used itr.has next. Have you seen this? And itr.has previous. And you are using next method and the previous method. But this we will do once we will see the array list class. Don't worry right now. Okay. So this is the example of abstract list. Abstract list is again the abstract class. So we cannot create object of abstract list class. So what we are doing is abstract list string list is equals to, here we are writing new array list. We are not writing abstract list. Why? Because we cannot create object. We cannot create the abstract list directly. Here the parent can only point out to the child classes, right? That we know. So we are creating abstract list string list equals to new array list string. We are simply adding the elements into the list. So list.add gigs for gigs 1020. I have not changed the name due to copyright issue. This program is taken for gigs, that is why. And here actually what we are doing is we are simply printing the list plus list. So that's it. I'm simply printing this. So how it will be printed? Any idea? I'm showing you. It will be printed into a square bracket like this. Okay, all the elements, it will be printed like this, gigs, comma, 4, gex, 10, and the 20. These 5 elements I have added into the list. So it will print that. Then I'm removing the third element. So I'm using remove method. I'm giving particular index here and it will be removed, and then we are again printing what is the final abstract list here. So again we'll run this. You can check for the output. Final abstract list is on the third index, it will be removed. So this is the first index, I mean 0th, first, second, and this one is the third. So 10 has been removed from here. Fine. Simple, very simple. We are just creating object. We are using the methods. You are not implementing any kind of logic here in the collection classes, right? Whatever the methods are already available, we are just using it. Fine. So this is what the abstract list. Now we'll see the array list class. Then we will again come back to this list iterator and array class examples. Fine. Okay. So what is in array list? Java ArrayList class use a dynamic array for storing here the elements. It inherits abstract list class and implement list interface. Important points to know about it. First, array class can contain duplicate elements. So I'll show you, you can even add more than one elements, similar elements here. So duplicate elements you can enter. If you don't want any duplicate elements, do you remember what was there in STL? Yes. Do you know what was there in STL? If you don't want any duplicate elements, only unique elements you can enter. So the same thing we will be having here, but that is not included in syllabus. But still, if we'll have time, we will see few of them. Set and map, do you remember? Set and map. You guys are not responding today. Chat is totally empty today. Yes. Fine. So that is again here into this collection classes, right? Fine. So you can even have duplicate elements here. Java ArrayList class maintain insertion order, right? Whatever you are inserting, that will be added after one of the index. First, you have added 10, and if you are again adding the 20, so here the 10 is at 0th index and the 20 will be on the first index. It means that it will add the elements at the last. Okay. Java ArrayList class is non-synchronized. Non-synchronized means it is not providing synchronized facility. It means what? If it is a multi-threading environment, you cannot use it, right? Because multiple threads are using your class at the same time, and you are removing some of the elements, you are updating anything. So it will create, a kind of confusion that which elements were there with the thread 1 and what elements are having with the thread 2. They both will be different. So here this is the non-synchronized, means that where you have not multi-threading environment, over there you can use it, right? Java ArrayList allows random access because the array works at the index basis. So you can randomly access like the element of 0, element of 1, element of 2, right? So just through the index, you can fetch the elements, right? So randomly you can access it. In a linked list, you have to traverse through one to another, and so on. Do you remember that data structure, right? Then here the ArrayList class manipulation is slow. Why? Because lots of shifting is needed to be occurred if any element is removed from the array list. Means what? If one index are like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? And here some of the elements are added 10, then 20, then 30, and so on, right? So what will happen here, if you are having this 10, 20, 30 and so on, and if you are removing, suppose I'll write all the elements first, right? And if you are removing this 30 from the second index, so this 30 will be removed, but second index should not be empty, very obvious. So you have to shift this 40, 50 and 60. All the rest of the elements you have to shift over here, and now the fifth index will be empty and you can add more elements from this. So this is what every time is needed, right? But you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to do this. ArrayList class need to do it. You don't have to apply your logic over here. It will be done by the class itself, but that is why the ArrayList class is slow. That's what they are saying, right? Because here the manipulation is slow. If you are just fetching the elements and you are adding the elements, then there is no problem, huh? But when you are doing some kind of manipulation, means you are deleting the elements, removing the elements, then and only then there is a problem. Fine. Okay. Then hierarchy of ArrayList class. First you see the hierarchy. Iterable was the interface, collection, list that you know. Then abstract list class is there, and then you are having ArrayList class. So ArrayList class extends abstract list class, which implements list, collection, iterable interface. I mean, just implementing list, but automatically collection, iterable will be there, right? Okay. So that is the hierarchy. As shown in the diagram, the Java ArrayList class extends abstract list class, which implements the list interface. The list interface extends collection and iterable interfaces in hierarchical order. Right. How you can declare this class? So what is the declaration? See, there's all the classes are in java.util, all the collection classes. So don't forget to import java.util package .star if you don't know the classes or interfaces. Okay. So here the public class ArrayList extends abstract list, implements list, clonable, serializable. Here clonable and serializable, they are two interfaces. They are actually included in GTU syllabus, right? That is not in our syllabus. So right now we are not discussing about it. If you still wish to know, you can search about the clonable and serializable. They too are the interfaces. Okay. You can use the method of this clonable and serializable, right? Directly. You need to implement it into your class. But here in ArrayList class, it is already there. So you can make a clone of your ArrayList in a simple terms, if I'll say. Right? So you can use the clone method in this, but we are not using it. So skip it. Two ways to iterate the elements in collection. First, I have shown you the example. If you remember, I'll again show you this. First example, first program of this collection, where I have shown you this. You can add these elements, Amit, Vijay, Kumar, and at the first index, Sachin is there, right? Then we were just knowing that who is on the second index, second position. So for that, you just need to have get method, which will return the object, and that is why we are printing directly in system.out.println. Now the main topic is what we were traversing through. What we have used for each loop here, right? We have used for each loop. So in for each loop, what you can do, you can write here whatever the data type is. So you can write here string, then whatever the element you wish to create, A, B, C, D, whatever it is, then colon. Colon means for each and every element. It will start from 0 to till end. It means that. And you wish to read those elements from where? From AL, which is the object of ArrayList class. And you are writing in system.out.println this S. So this is how you can traverse through each and every element. Do you remember this? Fine. And another way, through iterator you can do this. Okay, so there are the two different ways. One is for each loop, and the another one is by iterator interface. Via this two you can traverse. Okay, so what constructor we are having with ArrayList? So here ArrayList is the constructor, right? It is used to build an empty array list. Simple, because you are not specifying anything. If you are specifying any collection class object here, it is used to build an array list that is initialized with the elements of this collection C. First was the empty array list. Second, we are giving the set of elements here. So it will create with those set. Then again array list, and you can specify the capacity here. So it is used to build an array list that has a specified initial capacity. So you can speed up your performance here, because every time, see here array list and all, they are using array dynamic array by default, right? Dynamic array means whenever it is needed, it will be created. Whenever it is needed, it will be created. So if you wish that I want minimum 100 elements I'm having with my ArrayList class, so you can specify the capacity in advance, right? Here you can specify the capacity in advance that I want 100 elements. So it will not create one element at a time. It will create 100 at a time, and you can simply add it. Okay. Then what are the different methods? Very first, that is void add method. Void add, at any particular index you wish to insert any element, then you can use this void add method. Then boolean add all. Add all method is used for you can say that you will be having more than one array list over there, right? And I'll show you the example. I'm just showing you how you can add all. See, here you are having one array list, AL, right? One array list, inside that you have added three elements here, Ravi, Vijay, and this Ajay. Okay. Then another list you are creating, another array list you are creating, AL2 equals to new array list of string. Now you are having two different lists, and in this AL2 you are adding ABC and PQ are two elements. Now what you are doing is, you wish that I need to add these two elements to my another list, that is AL, my first list, right? So I'm just doing appending operation here. So what I'll write, AL, which is this one, AL dot add all AL2. It means what? Whatsoever the elements is with AL2, they will be added to my AL list. I hope it is clear. It is adding a second list into the first list. This is what just the appending. We are just merging more than two lists in simple terms. Fine. So for that it is add all method. Yes, add all. So it is used to append all the elements in the specified collection to the end of the list in the order that they are written by a specified collections iterator. Fine. Whatever the order will be there, that will be maintained. Means here if ABC is there and then PQR is there, so it will add Ravi, Vijay, Ajay, ABC and PQR. Fine. It will maintain the order. Then void clear, it is used to remove all the elements from the list. Then last index of, it is used to return index of the list of the last occurrence of specified element. If you want any elements index, or you can say the position, then you can use this. So if I'm saying that, say suppose here, I'll write that AL dot Ravi 2 times. Okay, and now I wish to know that here first occurrence is on 0th index and second occurrence is at the third index, right here, 0, 1, 2, and 3. So last index of, and if I'll write here Ravi, then it will return me the last occurrence of this particular object. If I'm writing that al dot last index of any other name ABCD, right, then it will return me -1 because there is no such kind of element into the list. Okay, if it will not found your element into the list, it will simply return what? -1, right? It will return -1. Okay, fine. So another one is toArray. Toarray will return an array containing all the elements into the list in correct order. So you can even convert into the array from your list to array and array to list. So those program we will see in the next to next session, where we will be having only to see enumeration, right? We will be having sufficient time, so we'll see how you can convert from array to list and list to array. So it is used to return an array containing all the elements of the list in correct order. Fine, so it will just return you whatever the object you are having, its array. So say suppose in our example string is the here the type, so it will return string array. Okay, it is used to return an array containing all the elements into the list in correct order. Again, it will do the same if you are specifying any array over here, array variable over here, it will store into that and it will return. Okay, it will return. Here you are specifying the destination. Fine. Then you are having Boolean add method. Here you are having void add method, here you are having Boolean add method. So what it means, it is used to append a specified element to the end of the list, and once it is added successfully, it will simply return true or false. Okay, it will return you true or false whether your element is successfully added or not. That is why the return type is Boolean and here the return type is void. Here whatever you are adding, once you will traverse through, then and only then you will get to know whether my element is added or not. But here if you wish to know that, you will have this Boolean, right? So it will return you at a time whether it is you know added successfully or not. Then Boolean add all. You can even specify the index and you can provide another collection, right? So it will return you Boolean, it will return you true or false whether all the elements have been added at particular index or not. So you can again see this example, right? Here only, if I am having this add all, right, and I'm inserting this, but if I want after my first element, I want this ABC and PQR, so you can specify here one and this, right? So at the first index, this AL2 elements will be added to this AL. It means that, right? Otherwise, if you are not specifying, it will add always at the last. So after 0, 1, 2, and 3 index, third index, it will add your ABC and PQR, right? Okay. And here the integer index of and the last index of, they are similar. Index of will return you first occurrence, and it will simply return you integer index position, fine. And last index of will return the last occurrence, fine, simple. Okay, so now we will see the example. We have seen so many methods, right? So now you will be able to know about this last index of and index of and all, right? So now we can see this program, list iterator, though I have just added to show the other class, I mean, what kind of methods we can use here. That is why it is added, otherwise it is not required. Fine. array list string al equals to new array list. Then al dot add Kumar, Vijay, Ajay, Sachin, then again Kumar. More than one times even you can have the duplicate elements, right? So zeroth element, or you can say zeroth index Kumar is there, then on first index Sachin, then in second index, third index, and fourth index, right? So this is what the order into the array list. Now if I wish to know who is on the second position, I'll simply use the get method, al dot get and 2. Then I wish to know last index of Kumar and only first index of. So you don't have to write first here. Index of will return the first occurrence. Last index of will return last occurrence. So here that is why I have added Kumar 2 times. Okay. So here what you will get, last index of this element, it will return you 4, right? And this will return you 0, first occurrence and the last occurrence. Then here we are using iterator. I said no, we can traverse through two different ways. One of the ways what? You are traversing through for each loop, or you can traverse through iterator. So here we are using with iterator, that list iterator string itr equals to al dot list iterator. Okay, al dot list iterator. So now my iterator itr is pointing to first location of array list at the starting of the list. It is pointing right now. Okay, so now what we are doing is, now we are traversing the elements in forward direction. So I'm writing here while itr dot has next. Has next method is having boolean return type. Do you remember that? Boolean, right? So it is returning you whether it is true or false. Okay, so it will return you true if more elements are there to read in array list class. So when I'll write itr dot has next, it will check whether the elements are there or not. If the elements are there, then what I need to do, I'll simply print it onto the screen with the method next with the object of itr. So what I'll write, itr dot next. This next method will do what? It will return you the object as well as it will move your position to the next element. Okay, simple. So it will print all the elements into forward direction. If I wish to have elements into the backward direction, then you are having this itr dot has previous. That is the method. So if you are having the element in previous or not, if it is there, you can print it itr dot previous. Simple. So we'll run this program. So you can see here, first element at the second position is what? Vijay. Vijay is there on the second position. Then last index of the Kumar, that is 4, and first index is 0. That's what we have discussed. And now they are traversing the elements in forward direction, like Kumar is the first, 0th index, then Sachin, then Vijay, then Ajay, and then Kumar. And when they are traversing the elements into the backward direction, directly Kumar, Ajay, Vijay, Sachin, and again Kumar. Right? I hope it is clear. Any doubt in this? No. Okay. Good. Fine. So we'll see another example of array list. Here I've given you the same, right? Array list. If it is asked that array list, you can explain different constructor methods with the example. So you can have the simple example of array list demo. Here you are creating array list of string equals to new array list of string. You are creating the array list, and after this, with this object, you are adding the elements. Add this, add this, add this. You can even have the duplicate. So that is fine. And now we are traversing the list through iterator, or you can even write with the for each loop, right? So here we are doing iterator itr. equals to list dot iterator. You can even call this iterator directly, or you can even use list iterator. Ultimately they are iterators, fine. So you can use either this iterator or list iterator, fine. Now while itr dot has next, whenever the next element is there, we are printing it with the next method, fine. So itr dot next, this will show you all four, fine, though they are the duplicate elements. Then we are adding, we are using here add all method. To show you that add all methods, first we are having this array list string al is equals to new array list. Then we are adding this three elements here, Ravi, Vijay, and Ajay. Okay. Then we have this another list, and we are adding this two elements, A, B, C, and PQR. And we are adding al dot add all al2. Now if I wish to reverse thing, then what I need to write? If I wish to do reverse, after the second array list, I want the first one. Then what I need to write here? Yes. Hello. What I need to write here? Here we are adding second list into the first list, right? But if I wish to add first list after the second list, then that what I'm asking. You guys are not responding, or due to the net I'm not getting the response. You will simply change the sequence. No, here you can write al2 dot add all and this al here into the bracket. Simple. You guys are awakened or not? Yeah, right. Simple. What you need to do, you just need to change the order. Do you remember that s1 dot equals, and you were writing s2? Do you remember? So we will check s1 dot equals s2, and same way like compare to, fine. So same way you will just change the sequence. Here you will write al2 dot add all, and here you will write al, fine. Clear this thing? Okay. And then you are traversing here through the iterator, fine. So I'm just showing you. Okay, so you are traversing here, and where you are putting this iterator on al, because in this array list finally we are having 5 elements. That is why we are printing al. Okay, and if it is a reverse, you have to print here al2 dot iterator, and then you are traversing through, fine. So here you will get the 5 elements in al. This 2 has been added. A, B, C, and PQR has been added to the first, right? Now here my question, here we are using just like add all, I'm having remove all. Okay, I'm again writing here A, B, C, and PQR. So no, I'll keep it same. Sorry, I'll keep it same. I'm just showing you the output, and what they are showing me, you have to explain me why we are having this. Iterating the elements after removing the element of al2, what I'm doing is remove all al2. So this is what I'm doing. So what it will do, I'm just here, we are having Vijay and here the Ajay. So what will happen? Why we are getting such kind of output? First, what I have done, I have created this first array list al, where I have added 3 elements. I have created another array list al2, and I have added again two elements, but here one element Ravi and another element, they two are the same. Okay, and I'm using al2 dot add this. Then I'm doing al dot remove all al2. What this means? So they are giving me the output like only Vijay and this Ajay. Why? Yes, anyone? Hello? You guys are not not giving response today. Why is it so? You're busy somewhere or what? Why we are getting only these two elements? Why Ravi is where from the first element? That's what I'm asking. Do you understand the question first? Hello? Where you guys left? Yes, AL contain Ravi common in both RLS, so it will be removed that element only. Okay. So, yes, it is removing this Ravi, which is already contained into this AL2, right? It will remove from this AL whatever the elements we are having in AL2, right? Correct, Pranav. So that is why they are only showing you Vijay and Ajay. Okay. So here we are setting the iterator at AL, right? And we are traversing and it is printing only Vijay and Ajay, right? So whatsoever the elements you are having in AL2, which is common there in AL also, they will be removed. Fine. That is only the use of remove all method. Okay. Fine. Then into our next lecture, we will discuss linked list as well as the vector class. We will see the difference of array list and the linked list. Okay. So that's all for today from my side. If any question you can ask. Else you can write down your enrollment numbers in sequence. Number 1, Nancy. Clear. Good. Number 2, Rahel. 5, 6, 8, 9. Tanzil, I think. Not there. 10, 12, 13.